Hello.
What do you guys got going on here?
Giving out some Qurans. Have you ever read the Quran before?
No.
Can I give you
Would
one?
you like one?
Sure. What is it all about?
So the Quran is the last and the final revelation of Almighty God, which was revealed on the last and the final messenger, Prophet Muhammad, and peace be upon him.
Okay.
So this is the guidance for the humanity.
Unlike other religions, other ideologies, Islam advocates for true monotheism. So you don't worship other gods, trees.
Creation we don't worship.
You worship the Creator that created everything.
Yeah. Just the one.
One
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
without any partners, any helpers. Yeah, so that's a huge distinction. You know what's amazing? This is in English, but the actual original Quran
Yeah.
is in Arabic.
Oh, really?
This is the translation.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that language is alive today.
Yeah.
It's the language that the Prophet spoke,
Yeah.
and the whole Quran was written in that language.
Nice.
So, and this Quran has been preserved until today.
So Proverbs is in here in different wording then, or
No, there's no Bible in there.
there's no Bible? It's just
No. You'll find similar stories because it's the same God.
yeah.
But you'll find clarifications of the stories from before
Okay.
because they're like people have changed the Bible
Yeah.
over time, which is it's well known.
The Quran came to correct the belief
Yeah.
of the people, which they got, sidetracked with.
Yeah.
When the distortions happen, when the corruptions happen,
Yeah.
with time, God sent messengers and prophet to correct that belief.
Mhm.
So from Adam to Prophet Muhammad, and peace be upon him, God has sent so many prophets. And Prophet Muhammad, and peace be upon him, was the last and the final messenger.
Okay.
Because he was the last and the final messenger, he was not sent only for the Muslims or only for the Arabs, he was sent for the whole of humanity. And because the book that was given to him is the final book, the book was not given only for the Muslims or only for the Arabs, it was given for the whole of humanity. Does it make sense?
Yeah,
What do you
yeah.
believe yourself?
Yeah. What's that?
What do you believe yourself?
You know what? Right now, more Christian because it relates to me, but
Mhm.
I'm very open. I'm not very strict on, oh, you gotta do this because this, the Bible says this.
Right.
It's just, what? Knowledge is unlimited. You know what I mean? And
Right.
if you apply your imagination to who you are, and then, like you said, humanity, we're all one.
Right.
We're all connected, man.
Right.
All this universe. We need to learn how to use it to apply it to ourselves, to our best interest and benefit for other people. Right?
Exactly. That's the reason God actually mentions in the Quran, one of the chapters of the Quran, in Surah Isra, chapter 17,
Yeah.
verse number 70. God says, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي Adam. This is in Arabic.
Yeah.
God says, verily we have honored the children of Adam. If you are a human being,
Yeah.
you have been honored in the sight of God.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't say that he has honored only the Muslims. It doesn't say he has honored only the Arabs.
Yeah.
It doesn't say he has honored only the whites. It doesn't say he has honored only the blacks. It says if you are a human being, you have been honored in the sight of Almighty God. And God mentions in one of the chapters of the Quran in Surah Hujurat, chapter 49, verse number 13. I like giving the original Arabic and then translating it, so the essence is there. He says, Ya Yuhan Nas, Inna khalaqnakum min zakru wa unsa wa ja'alnakum shu'uban wa qaba'ila li ta'arafu. Inna akramakum indallahi yatqakum indallaha alimun khabir. God says, O humankind, He's addressing the
You're
human.
actually doing an interview right now. Like,
Pardon me?
are you doing an actual?
We
live?
record everything that we do here.
Yeah.
It's not live though.
It's not live.
It's not live.
Yeah, don't worry.
No.
No,
And
it's
the
not
other
live.
thing is you're going back in languages. Is that for?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
I want to have the original Arabic there, so the
Yeah.
essence is there. Because the miracle of the Quran is in its Arabic language.
Okay.
Because in translations are the human understandings,
Yeah.
But if the original is there, then the essence remains.
Yes.
And I'm
yes.
trying to translate that to the best of my ability. Right? So he says that, O humankind, we have created you from a single pair of male and female. That is Adam and Eve. And he says that we have divided you into nations and tribes so that you may come closer to each other, not that you may despise and fight amongst yourselves. And the most honored in the sight of Almighty God is not the one who has money, is not the one who has power, is not the one who is the best of color, but is the one who has taqwa. What is taqwa? Taqwa is God consciousness, it's piety, it's righteousness,
Yes.
and that's reserved for the Creator. Only He knows who is more God conscious. Getting what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
So it's really important.
Yeah. And then that's why like I'm glad you guys asked me, which one do you believe or
Right.
consider?
So it's easy for us to
Yeah, no,
relate.
it's I'm open before, through my family is Catholic, right? Because of the school and then back home, but now it's like no, there's like you said, consciousness, awareness,
God consciousness.
Yes, and then the other one is your purpose and intentions. We all have gifts, and then our gifts are being diluted because of society. Now social media is
Desires.
desires or even lust.
Right.
It's
Everything.
most people
Hawa,
deal
lust,
with lust,
desires.
and then it's just like unawareness.
So God says in the Quran that the purpose of our creation
Yeah.
is mentioned in the Surah Dariyat, one of the chapters of the Quran. You can check that.
Yeah.
Chapter 51, verse 56, God says that وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ, that we have created the jinn and the men with no other purpose, with no other reason but to worship me.
Mm-hmm.
So we understand the purpose of our existence is not to follow our desires, is not to go around our lust, is not to accumulate material possessions, but is to worship that God. So the thing is that that brings it down to is that God mentions that your purpose on this earth is to worship Him. How are you going to be able to worship Him unless you know who He is? So God defines Himself as well in the book. He says, "Qul huwallahu ahad." Say He is God, the one and only. Allahu Samad, God the absolute and eternal. What does absolute and eternal mean? It means everything is dependent on Him and He is independent of everything. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. He begets not, nor was He begotten. That means that God, the Creator, He does not give birth to anybody, neither was He given birth by anybody. He is the Creator. Why would He belittle Himself? Walam yakullahu kufuwan ahad. There is nothing whatever like unto Him. The moment you contain any mental picture of any being, that being cannot be God. He's above that. That's the reason we said that God is the creator of everything.
Yeah.
God is the creator of everything.
Yeah.
So He cannot be in something which He created. Because the creation requires to eat, sleep, play, have sex, have desires. When they eat, they also go to the call of nature. Imagine God, eating and going to the call of nature, hiding behind trees and stones.
Yeah. No.
Coming out of the womb of his mother, staying in the womb of his mother for 9 months, suckling the breast for like 2 years, getting circumcised on the 8th day, and then one day dying. That's not God. That's not God. So God is above that, brother.
I hear you.
Yeah, we want you to understand that
One about?
it's the
Oh,
about
it's
Islam.
like a summary.
You can take it, yeah.
Okay.
This is pretty much what I mentioned in our
Okay.
brief conversation, yeah.
You can take one about Prophet Muhammad. If you want.
We don't want to open a library for you.
Trust me, my room is a whole library, man.
Man.
You know what I mean? So
that actually reflects in your conversation. You're open to
yes.
listening and you're open to giving thought.
Like before all this, I'd rather go party. You know what I mean? I'd rather go just hang out with my friends, do what everybody else is doing.
Right.
And now it's like you hit a point in life that, wait a minute, there's something missing here.
True.
And most people, they don't hit that if they don't hit rock bottom.
Right.
Or if they don't have an influence in at home, at the kitchen table.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then most people now, they don't have support.
Right.
And that's what I noticed with my kids, 6 years ago. I'm like, no, I'm going to invest my time in you. Whatever I learn, I'm going to invest it on you guys. And then it's, I learned about strife at home.
Right.
I learned about intergeneration. That's going on now. The addiction, like, this on the weekends here, it's sad, man.
So there's the thing that you have actually mentioned is actually a proof of what God has actually mentioned in the Quran. You said that at one point of time in your life, you actually come to know that besides all the possessions that you have, you still feel that vacuum in your heart.
Yeah.
You still feel that God actually mentions in the Quran, in Surah Fussilat, one of the chapters of the Quran, verse 53. I like giving quotations, it's accurate. I just don't want to say that, it's mentioned in the book. 2,000 pages, where are you going to find it?
Yeah.
Right? Surah Fussilat, chapter 41, verse 53, God says, Sanurihim ayatina fil afaqi wa fi anfusihim hatta yatabayyanahu annahu al-haq awalam yaksi bi rabbika inna Allaha ala kulli shay'in qadir. Shahid. God says that soon we shall show them our signs in the furthest regions of horizons into their soul until it is clear to them that this is the truth. So God he instills his knowledge in every human being at one point of time in his life. He will know that there is a creator because that's part of the fitra. There's a natural disposition of a human being with which he is born, and he knows that there is a creator who has created him.
No, it makes sense, man. Well,
There's a natural disposition, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you. You know, you guys are very knowledgeable, and you guys are doing a great job.
we just want to share what we, know.
Yeah.
And if you're convinced with the conversation that we have had, whatever, you can become a Muslim. Because Muslim means anyone who acquires peace by submitting himself to the will of the Creator. Islam comes from the root Arabic word salam and silm, which means peace and surrenderance, right? And anyone who acquires peace by submitting himself to the will of the Creator is a Muslim,
I like that.
right?
I like that, man. You guys fill me in.
I'll give you a card of ourselves. We have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
You watch that, and it has our contact details as well. If you have any questions, you can email us. We are here once in a week.
Sure.
Come back and have an open mind. You already have it,
Yeah.
right? Just one little push, and then
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. Well,
Appreciate it,
guys,
bro.
take care.
Thanks
Keep it
for
up,
your
man.
time and your patience, bro. Thanks.